When I was 24, my brother Luke and I decided to take a short camping trip up in Bear Creek National Park. We'd both been there as kids with our parents, but this was our first time going alone. We thought it would be a fun getaway, just the two of us. No crowds, no noise, just the sound of nature. We picked a weekday so the park would be nearly empty, thinking we'd get away from it all, or so we thought. We started later in the afternoon than we planned. The trail was narrow, weaving through towering pines and thick underbrush. Sunlight slipped through the branches in broken patches, and the deeper we hiked, the quieter it got. Even the birds seemed to avoid this part of the forest. After about 20 minutes, we found a hollow near a small stream. The clearing was perfect, flat enough for our tents, close to water and surrounded by tall trees like walls. Still, there was something heavy about the silence. But we didn't pay much attention. Luke had his tent up in minutes, effortlessly snapping poles into place. I was wrestling with mine, muttering at tangled ropes while he smirked and pretended not to notice. By the time I got it upright, the sun had dipped low, painting the trees in a dim orange glow. By dusk, the fire was roaring and Luke had chicken sizzling in a skillet over the flames. The smell was incredible. We ate slowly, talking about random things, old family trips, stupid stuff we did as kids. The creek beside us made a soft gurgling sound, filling the pauses in our conversation. Then, just as the sun disappeared completely, somewhere behind me I heard it. A soft, rhythmic tapping like sticks being knocked together. I froze for a while. I turned to Luke, but he was poking at the fire, pretending he didn't hear it. He later admitted he'd heard it too, but didn't want to make me paranoid, this being my first hike. The tapping stopped and we carried on. An hour later it came again, this time followed by a loud thud somewhere in the trees. A moment later, a chunk of wood rolled right into our campsite. Luke jumped to his feet, flashlight in hand, and called out into the dark. No answer, just the sound of something or someone slowly moving away. We tried to shake it off, but the mood had shifted. The laughter was gone. The forest, once calm, now felt like it was holding its breath. We decided to sleep in shifts. Luke would take the first watch while I tried to rest. I could hear him flipping pages of a book while the fire crackled low. Sometime later, I woke to the sound of faint footsteps on the pine needles. My tent glowed faintly from the dying fire outside. Standing just beyond the thin fabric was a tall, still shadow. My stomach turned ice cold. I called out thinking it was Luke. No answer. The figure didn't move at first, then slowly turned and walked away without a sound. I scrambled out, heart pounding, and ran to Luke's tent. He was fast asleep. That's when it hit me. Whoever was outside my tent wasn't him. I shook him awake, whispering fast. His face went pale, and we decided to stay in the same tent for the rest of the night. We pulled our sleeping bags close together, each gripping a can of bear spray and a knife. Around 2 a.m., the tapping came back. This time it circled us, moving slowly around the tent. We held our breath, every muscle tense. The sound would stop for a few seconds, then start again on the other side. It didn't stop until the faint gray light of dawn began to seep through the tent walls. We didn't talk much while packing up. We moved fast, checking over our shoulders every few seconds. By the time we hit the trail back to the car, the sun was up, but that didn't make me feel any safer. It's been years since that night, and Luke still asks if I want to go camping again. But I can't forget that shadow outside my tent, the sound of someone circling us in the dark. Nature can be peaceful, but sometimes it feels like you're the one being watched.